Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a fascinating guest in studio. It's Bill Germanetti, and he's the owner of Impact Business Coaching. Bill, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about Impact Business Coaching. You've got 4 pillars.
Yeah, there's 4 areas that we help people. So sometimes we refer to as the different life cycles of a business. Okay. Starting a business out, you may have already had a business up and operating for even a year or so, and really getting a solid foundation, and making sure that what you originally envisioned, that you've got good strategies and good action to make that happen. Next area is you're ready for that next big growth, or we call it transition. Could be from your first employee to maybe you're adding a new division, maybe you're doubling sales, something significant. And it usually helps to have somebody else to bounce things off of, and really we call it more a partner with, to help with that. Third area is like our cars, we hit occasionally a pothole. Our businesses are like that too. Life is like that. So we help people in crisis, usually shows up financially, but turning around the business, stabilizing it, and then figuring out how to make it more resilient for the next time. And the fourth area that we actually enjoy a lot is some of the challenges that people have the most, which is the family dynamics and the ownership of the business, and what's the future holds, what's that succession, what's that management transition. And that's an area we actually have fun with, because we know we can help people and keep families together.
That's wonderful. I think many business owners, I mean, we're in that business, we're thinking about it all the time, that we don't think about the succession. That is probably one of the weakest areas of business, is not thinking about how do I retire, how do I move it forward. So talk to me a little bit about what we should be thinking about with succession planning.
Yeah, just I liked where you started with that, which is we're usually taking care of the day-to-day, and that is critical. And some of the challenge of that CEO or the owner is to be responsible for looking for the future. And in some degrees, we're looking far enough out that we're thinking about, well, if I'm not here, what if I had an illness? What if I just need more family time, or I just want to go on vacation? Or someday, how do I maybe build this legacy so it can help my future generations? So that's an area people tend not to get to. Our spin on it is, or our focus is, we're not the accountant, which will help you with the tax point of view of estate planning, inheritance. We're not the attorney to make sure the legalese is correct. Sometimes there's insurance for buy-sell agreements, but we're kind of that person that pulls together the business case, and then really looks at the people and the management team about who we have, who we need, maybe who we need to acquire to help build and make that business resilient and last a long time.
That's right, because it's hard. Oftentimes the owner and the institutional knowledge with that person is great, and they also may wear like 6 hats, where the next business owner is may not have those 6 hats. They may have 4 other hats. So how do you work with families to get that generational passing to start?
Yeah, one of our favorite areas is really looking at the specific case where, the founder, let's say it's the founder, really has a strong desire. We want great things for our kids. We want them to enjoy all the joy that we had building that business and taking care of the clients in the way that we did. Sometimes we want it really badly, and it's not necessarily a fit for what they want, or the skill set is not necessarily a match. I like to talk about everybody has a gift to offer, and in the business world, it's kind of your business gift or your business purpose. But a lot of times a business who has made it, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 40 years, there was something really special about that founder. And my view is they were given maybe more than one gift. And sometimes we look for that next generation to be able to do everything in the same ways that we did. So an approach that I like to take is really understanding what the magic was, what our brand is, what's behind us, what do our customers really care about us, and then think about how do we keep that going, what is needed and the type of leadership that's needed. And then we can go back and talk to our people, including the family members, and trying to talk to them about really what they would like, an area that they think they could focus. In some cases, it's not directly in the business any longer. In other cases, it frees them up to really pursue an aspect of the business that they were not able to do, and they can really find real joy to be in the business rather than feeling a burden being passed on to them.
Well, and succession planning is so critical, and especially when it's at a generational time period. So that institutional knowledge can get maybe updated with the, going from, being a retail to a online shop, for an example. What should we be thinking about as a business owner when it comes to our own succession planning? What's that tip you might give us?
Yeah, I would say just you've got great people on your team already. Talk to them. I find more that the leaders actually have more of a case what I call lack of leadership, and that part of that is just talking to people. They have some wonderful ideas, engaging them more, but listening as far as what they would like to do, how they think they can contribute, including the family members, and then building a strategy of how to get from here to there. It takes time. Ideally, if we have 5 to 10 years, that's great. We can help people do something quicker than that. But think about it now. Sooner is always better. And thinking about how that business continues, the people.
Excellent. Well, I think that's some great advice. Listen, get some expert help. I think it's always good to go and talk to somebody who's got a little bit more knowledge than you do on this topic. So, Bill, thanks for stopping by. It was wonderful to meet you. We wish you continued success, and we thank you for helping businesses. That's an important role. We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.